Hello, everyone, and welcome. Hope you're enjoying the weekend or the beginning of it. Today, I'm going to do a ghostly swipe. I'm trying to master this technique. It's a work in progress, as I've said before, like me. What I've done is actually put down my base, which is my jet black. It's a ready to pour paint by pouring masters. My paints haven't been mixed with anything outside of themselves because the metallics do create this beautiful effect, lacing as it were, so that I do not need to add anything to them. I'm not really sure if it will work out this time, but as I said, it's a work in progress. What I have added to what is called the swipe paint is a metallic, but because it's my swiping color, I used a liquitex. I used 2 tablespoons of that. I also used the Floetrol by Flood, and all these are on Amazon. And I also used just a touch, a drop or two of coconut milk, which creates amazing cells when it's done. What I want to do is just take off some of that excess paint that is in the center, a little bit much. So I want to tilt it off. Not all of it, but a good deal of it. I really thought about this technique that I wanted to try once again this morning. It is morning here. And I thought about David W. Thompson, who is a fantastic weaver of tales that will take you on journeys into mystery, murder, a little bit of romance, Native American folklore, and the paranormal. Don't you love things that go bump in the night? Sometimes they actually go bump in the day as well. But he does weave some wonderful tales. I've read a few of his books, and I must tell you, I haven't been disappointed. All 5-star reads. He's authored Sister Witch, Sons and Brothers, His Father's Blood, Haunted Southern Maryland. Actually kept me up for a few nights. Thanks, David. And the most recent that I have read that is out now on Amazon, and you definitely want to check it out if you love paranormal, murder, mystery, and all those things that do go bump in the night, then I strongly suggest that you pick up his latest, The Mystery of Love Manor. And our protagonist, Emma, returns back to her hometown because her sister-in-law has been kidnapped. And so she wants to find out what's going on and what she can do. She pairs up with her childhood sweetheart. I won't give you any spoilers here as to whether or not they ultimately wind up together, but really eerily intriguing tale. And it's a perfect blend of that mystery and, yes, that intrigue, family, romance, values. There's such an eerie allure to that writing and to that tale, with its plot, and its twists and its turns that will definitely keep you on edge. And so in The Mystery of Love at Love's Manor, you're left with, well, I'm going to tease you actually. Will Emma ultimately find love and hold on to it? Will she unearth the truths as to why her sister-in-law had been kidnapped? What exactly is going on in this town? Romance is in the air, but along with that are some hidden truths. And I strongly again urge you to grab your copy of The Mystery at Love's Manor by David W. Thompson. My recommended read for today. All right, so what I've done is just taken away some of that excess paint off the bottom. I'm going to switch off my gloves, and then yes, I'm wearing them today. We'll see how long that lasts. And what I want to do is start pouring. Well, actually, I'm sorry, I'm not going to start pouring. What I want to do is hopefully unearth some secrets of my own. And let's see if it works out. So once again, I'm doing a swipe technique. And my swiping medium is a 24 karat gold, metallic gold, which as I said, I've combined with the Floetrol. A couple of drops of the silicone and the Liquitex gloss, just to give it an extra layer. So I want to cover my palette knife, which will be my swiping tool, just drain off some of that excess. I'm going to lay this down on my canvas and swipe that gold metallic across the canvas and see what magic we can create and what secrets we can uncover. So when you put down the palette knife, we're going to lightly put it down, and then at an angle of about 1 to 2 degrees, we're going to swipe it across. And what I think I want to do is actually go in the center with this. So let's go in. And go slowly across so that those cells have a chance to percolate. And there we go. That's looking good. I don't know if you can see it, but hopefully when I take you in for the close-up, you'll get a chance to see the beautiful cells that have been created. I'm going to wipe off my palette knife just to get ready for my next swipe. What I want to do now is actually create puddle pours, as I did in my previous video, where I just did puddle pours and then deconstructed them and created a different sort of abstract impressionistic painting. This one has a combination of techniques going on, and I thought I would try it. So let's see. I'm going to go in, and I think I want to start here with that bronze, rust, rich metallic. And then I'm going to go in with just a softer gold as opposed to the metallic 24 karat gold by Deco Art that I use in my swipe. So it's a little bit more muted, softer. Now, I have this beautiful rose gold that I love. Notice the consistency. It's a little bit thicker than what I did yesterday or the day before. And I'm hoping that the puddles will stay more circular and not become elongated as they had previously. Go in with my metallic silver. I'm thinking that I probably should have added some white because it's going to be too much metallic, and it may take over and go in a direction that I really do not want it to go. So I have a ready pour here that I've prepared, again with the Floetrol. I'm going to keep it in a big jug because I do use so much of it. And I want to, let me see, I think I'm going to put it right here. And there we go. All right. I'm going to go in and use my swiping tool, my palette knife. I'm going to coat it. I don't know if you can see this, but I'm coating it with that 24 karat gold. And then just shake off the excess, excuse me. I'm so glad it's not blustery, windy, raw today. It actually almost feels like spring. I'm liking that. I love spring. I think spring and fall are my favorite seasons. Love the vibrancy of colors, especially in the fall. Those ambers and oranges and reds and crimson and golden colors are just so soothing. All right, so I'm wiping off the excess. And again, I'm going to put the palette knife down very gently and angle it at about a 1 to 2 degree, and then very, very slowly run it across. I think I want to go this way, so I'm going to go with my right hand, put the ambidextrous, and just start right where this is, and slowly run it across so that the cells can create their magic. And I think I want to bring it here and off. Actually, it's working really well. And I do want to leave some of those puddle formations, and I will try to do something a little bit different with that. All right, so I'm going to go back in with my base, and this time I'm starting with the white. I think I want to start off in this corner and go with the white on the inside this time. I did level my canvas this morning, so hopefully I do not get the runoff disaster that I had gotten in an earlier video. And I'm going to go in with my soft bronze color. Let's go in with this soft gold. Again, it's not the 24 karat gold as I use for the swipe. And it gives just a subtle hint or subtle contrast to the composition. I want to use the silver. Maybe swipe that one away and leave some of these, the bronze or more of the bronze and gold. And go in with my soft rose gold. I think it's going to go right here, actually. All right, so I have some puddles down. The whites seem to kind of take a different shape other than round, but that's okay. As a swiping, it'll help form some additional cells, so I'm not too concerned right now. And here we go. I'm just covering my palette knife with that gold, 24 karat gold for swiping. And it has my cell activator in it, which is one of the reasons, or the main reasons, that those cells occur. I'm really liking the interplay of these so far. Let's see, where shall we go? I think I want to bring this across lightly and slowly at about a 1 degree angle. Give time for those cells to pop. Bringing it down, and I think I want to go around this time. Bring it through the gold that we started with. Again, real slow, so those cells trying to peek through, like unearthing a secret, or many secrets, as in David W. Thompson's newest book, The Mystery at Love Manor. Oh, those secrets. All right, I cleaned off my palette knife, and I think I'm going to do the opposite side. And this time I'm starting with the silver. I'm going to just give it a quick swirl. I'm going to go lighter with the mounds so that they don't, or that they retain that structure. I'm going to go in with my rose metallic gold. There. I think I'll bring in my white this time. I'm going to bring it closer to where I started that gold. There. Some of that rose, bronzy color, which is just beautiful. It's just a calming, earthy sheen to it, and I love it. And some of that soft, comforting gold. I think that might actually run off if I put it there, but you know what? I'm going to go for it. I'm committing to it. Here we go. I find when I'm talking with you, it helps balance me and it keeps me sane, in addition to my art therapy sessions as they are now on a daily basis. I try to do painting, my reading, which I would never give up. I haven't been writing quite as much. I do have 3 books in the wings. They're on my computer waiting for me to go in and revamp, revise, edit. And sometimes I just need to step back. Do you ever find that? If you're too close to something, you need to step back and revisit it at a later date when you're perhaps more clear-headed. All right, so I want to go in with my palette knife again. And again, not heavy with the palette, and very slowly drag it across your canvas. Let's see, where do we want to go with this? I think I always start in the paint itself rather than on the black, because you do not want to lift any of that black up. Again, slowly, about 1 to 2 degrees off the canvas. Oh, all right. Went a little too heavy on that side, but it may work out. Got a little too much paint there, but I'm thinking when I tilt or deconstruct it a little bit, it will work out. I wish I knew how to put the camera so that you could actually see what I'm doing this way. And I'm not always comfortable using the video, which is why I'm doing it in this format. All right, I want to start with this silver. That gold that I put down in that first swipe is just beautiful. Soft, silky spiderweb feel to it. I love spiders. I know there are a lot of people out there, they're probably saying, "Oh, spiders, no!" I'm fascinated by how they weave their cobwebs. And the fact they're so industrious. Think about it. They get washed out with the rains, sometimes the wind, and yet they go back and do it all over again. Now that's dedication. Moreover, that's perseverance, and always taking on a challenge and never giving up. Maybe I should make the spider my mascot. What do you think? No? Perhaps not. All right, so I've done the silver, and I think I'm missing the rose. I'm multitasking. I do that a lot, and sometimes I lose my train of thought. It's gotten better in the last 13 years, though, which is when I had my stroke. And believe it or not, I'm functioning on a higher level. Not as high as I was pre-stroke, because I still suffer from some residual effects, my chronic jerk. So if you see me shaking about, it's not too much caffeine. It's just an effect of the stroke. All right, so I want to swipe this, and I'm thinking what I want to do with it. I really don't want to lose all of this. So I think maybe I'll bring it down this way. Because I moved the palette knife so quickly on that side, I didn't get as many cells as I had hoped, or lacing, which is really what I was going for, was the lacy effect, which is right here. It's just gorgeous, as it is in the first swipe that I did, the initial swipe over the black. It's just stunning. And I love that in this section there are some lacing, and then there are some boulders here. And the boulders are a whole different animal, as it were, because they have a 3D effect to them. When you look real close at the boulders, you'll see that ring, sometimes within a ring, within another ring, and in that would be your base color, or another color that's been picked up by your palette knife during the swiping process. All right, I want to do one more final swipe, I think. So I want to coat my palette knife. And thank you for being with me today. If you haven't subscribed to my YouTube channel yet, I would really appreciate that support. Hit the like button once you do subscribe. You're not able to like or comment unless you are a subscriber. And you don't need to be a subscriber, to view my video. So I'd really appreciate if you popped on over to my YouTube channel, AC Arrigo, capital A, capital C, capital A, lowercase RRIGO. One word, no spaces. All right, so I want to go in and, oh, I definitely do not want to lose this effect here. So I'm going to keep some of that white as well, bringing down my palette knife again. Try to go slower, about 1 degree. Didn't go slowly enough there. I'm going to angle it out and bring it through. Wipe off my palette knife, and then I'm going to step back and just look at it to see if I'm liking the composition as it is, or if I want to do something else with it. Has a lot of negative space in the center, but that will change as I tilt it, stretch and tilt. I'm going to just give it a quick bubble pop. I'm actually going to play with it just a little bit before I tilt and see the direction it's going to take me. I want to try to bring some of those colors out and see if this will help. Too structured for me. knife through to just get some wispy effect to where there are fewer cells or lacing or not at all. And the bronze red is forming some striations, and it's really, really cool. I'm liking this. I don't think I want to do anything with it, but I do want to do something with this right here. And just bring it out just a little bit. And then again right here with that silver and that rose, and bring it out. So it's almost like a leaf. Oh, it's actually pretty. It's a leaf, and then it has a petal, the white petal, and then silver leaf. It turned out really well. I don't know if I'm going to lose it once I do tilt. This reminds me of a leaf, so let's give it some definition. Just running my palette knife through it. There's a little bit too much paint, so it's not really popping right now, but it may as it continues to dry. Through. Just give it a little bit of wisp effect to it. This is actually beautiful lacing. It's encapsulated some of that golden rose color, and then the silver along here as well. Actually quite pretty. I don't want to do too much to it. And I'm really loving what's going on here, so I do not think I want to do anything else with it. But I'm not really liking what's going on here. I want to try to swipe it one more time because it's just kind of globby right there. What's the word? Get my 24 karat gold on my palette knife. That's the beauty of pour painting. For me, it is at any rate, because it allows me to make those mistakes and learn from them, obviously. And then when I do another pour, I can just modify, adjust, revise, edit, and say, well, that worked and that didn't, so let's do this or let's do that. Sometimes I'm doing a pour painting and I choose a certain color palette and it doesn't work. Did you ever have those kinds of situations? I guess we all have, huh? All right, so I want to see. I didn't really want to destroy this, so I'm going to do something that you probably shouldn't do, but I am going to put my palette knife down gently, again at that 1 degree angle. I'm going to try to go in very slowly and hopefully have some of those cells and lacing. All right, that broke it up a little bit more. Actually created a nice wispy layered effect. Striations naturally formed there. I'm liking it. But we'll see what happens as I stretch it out. Just clean up just a little bit. It's funny. Sometimes I tuck things underneath the canvas because canvas hopefully is not going anywhere. It's kind of like doing a quick clean of your home when you're having company and they're coming like 5 or 10 minutes and you're quick trying to figure out what to do first, so you start hiding things in the closet or under the couch in corners where nobody actually visits. Is it just me? All right. But that's what I'm doing. I want to clean off my hands just a little bit. It's just so hard to get the metallics off my skin once it's completely dry, so I try to do it in between. Yes, I should be wearing my gloves, but I think I'll put them on after I tilt. So when I do the close-up, I will take you for a close-up just to see where it wound up going. All right, so I want you to see what's going on here. So I'm going to give it a quick tilt toward you just so you can see. Not too much. All right. let's see, where do I want to go? I think I'm gonna do this toward me. Try not to lose too much of that. I'm gonna bring it back to the center and out. Oh, there goes that leaf. And I'll bring it back. Take some of that off, actually. Do not want to lose that beautiful lacing that's going on. Let me just leave it for a second and step back and see what's going on. This has become somewhat muted and it's throwing me off balance. So I think I want to go in with a little bit more swipe, and I'm going to use a smaller one this time, a smaller palette knife, and see if that gets a better effect than what's there right now. Trial and error sometimes. And as it dries, those cells will continue to expand, the lacing will become more prominent, visible, beautiful. But when it's muted, I like it, but I don't necessarily like it for this composition. What's going on right here has a little bit too much gray. The white is fine because it does pick up here and there and just a hint over there. So I really don't want to do anything with that, but I'm not liking the effect here. So I'm going to bring down this knife. I'm not starting at the very edge. I'm starting more on the paint itself, very slowly, bringing that palette knife through, 1 to 2 degree angle. Want to give it a little jiggle and run it off. All right, so it still has a lot of that gray in here, but it managed to break up, and so some of those cells that I had, or that were created from that white puddle that was underneath, are now popping up. I want to give it a quick blowout just to see if anything else magical happens, and if I can unearth some more truths like Emma in The Mystery of Love Manor by David W. Thompson. Let's see. I think I want to go in and break some of that gold up a little bit. It's a little bit too much. So let me take my palette knife and see if I can do something here. Just a wisp of white. It's a little much. With the gold in this one corner. Just breaking it up a little bit with the white, so it has a flow more than just kind of being a big blob of gold paint. I'm going to run through some of the lacing, again, just to break it up. through it. You know what? I think I want to tilt it again because it's still a little much in that one corner. So, let's see. Oh, that's better. I'm going to bring it back to the center. Oh, that lacing is so pretty. It's the magical unearthing of the truth that seems to be lying just beneath. I'm going to run my fingers along the bottom so those drips do not stretch out the composition, which is what happens if you do not get rid of that excess. I used a 16 by 24 canvas, gallery canvas, so it's 1.5 profile deep. And I did use artist tape on the underside so that the paint does not bleed onto the wood. And that's it. I think we're good. I'm gonna just wipe off my hands, hide those wipes. All right. I want to bring you in for a close-up so that you can see what's going on. Just tidy this up. And here we go. This is wet and I have to just go in with my air gun, pop out some more bubbles. I want you to see the corner and those beautiful boulders and that lacing right there and right here. It's just so pretty. And this camera isn't doing it justice, but there's just a natural flow of that lacing as it kind of meanders over the black. And it's just real pretty. Some subtle hints of white in that leaf. More lacing. And here's an example of some boulders that are popping through. And right here, they're elongated. That looks more green with white tint, silvery effect to it, but it's actually golden. So my camera is not doing it justice, I think. In any case, if you like my work, feel free to join me on YouTube. If you'd like to order any of the pieces, please visit me on Ko-Fi, capital Ko-Fi, AC Arrigo. Thank you. Enjoy your weekend.